Hello friends, now in this video I am going to talk about the Charter Act of 1833. Before that we have discussed in detail about the Charter Act of 1813. Now if you add 20 year to this Charter Act, so it will become 1833. Now what is the main features of this Charter Act of 1833? The company rule, the East India Company rule was renewed for the another 20 year. Renewed for the another 20 year. This was the main feature, first main feature. Second thing is that this act is also known as Saint Helena Act. Now why it is called by the name of Saint Helena Act? What is this Saint Helena? Now let us discuss. Basically this Saint Helena is a island. This is a island, and this island is situated between South America and Africa. So one side there is South America, and on the other side there is Africa. On the other side there is Africa, and in between there is a one island that was Saint Helena. Whenever peoples or trader, they travel from the Europe to Asia or Asia to Europe, so they stay at the Saint Helena. It was first discovered by Portuguese. After Portuguese, East India Company captured this, and after that Dutch came, and after Dutch again East India Company came, and they make fort here. And why this Charter Act of 1833 is also called by the name of Saint Helena? Because now according to this act, this island will be totally under the British government, and right now in 2024 this island is also under the British territory. Fine. So I think this is clear why this is called by the name of Saint Helena Act. Now another thing is that Law Commission was the Law Commission was introduced according to this 1833 Charter Act. What is charter? I already discussed in the previous video. Charter is nothing but it is a law. What is mentioned in this law? Rights and privileges of a company is defined, and who is going to define that rights and privileges of a company? It will be by a sovereign country who is having a legislative power. So Law Commission was introduced. Now what is the role of Law Commission? Because now the laws are going to make in the India, British India, and these laws must be codified. And who is going to do this job? This job is done by the Law Commission, means law are codified. Law are codified. Now you are having one doubt, sir, what is the meaning of codified or codification? I already uploaded one video in which I discussed the comparison between the written constitution and unwritten constitution. So in first point I discussed in written constitution what is the meaning of codified. Fine. So you can go through that video, search, and you will find what is the meaning of codified or codification. Fine. Now you know very well, according to Charter Act 1813, I am talking about the Charter Act 1813. The monopoly of East India Company is restricted only in two areas, and what are these areas? One is the tea and second is the trade with China. Apart from all other areas, the other companies, they can do the trade, no problem. But according to 1813, East India Company is still having monopoly in two areas. One is the tea and second is, my dear friend, trade with China. But according to Charter Act 1833, this monopoly was removed. Means in tea, there is no monopoly of East India Company, and whenever they want to do the trade with China, no monopoly. Means all other company can also do the trade with China and trade in tea. This is clear, my dear friend? Now, according to Charter Act 1813, I discuss in detail The commercial affairs will be dealt by court of director, which was 24 in number, and political affairs was dealt by board of control, which was 6 in number. So I told you in 1813 Act, Charter Act of 1813. Sir, what happens in 1833? Major changes. And what was this major changes? My dear friend, according to Charter Act 1833, this commercial affairs was removed. Now we are having only the political affairs. Sir, what will happen to the court of director? Now, this political affairs will be dealt by both court of director as well as board of control. East India Company is not having monopoly. So British government told to the East India Company, now it is a time to involve in the administration. So the board of control, which was 6 in number, court of director, which was 24 in number, I told you they are going to deal the political affairs. Sir, is there any another major change? Yes. Previously, I told you there was one Governor General of Bengal, there was one Governor of Bombay Presidency, and there was one Governor of Madras Presidency. According to Charter Act of 1833, what is the major change? The major change was Governor General of Bengal. Governor General of Bengal was made Governor General of India. Was made Governor General of India. Sir, first major change. First major change. And it has been asked so many times in the state PCS, who was the first Governor General of India? So my dear friend, always remember William Bentinck or Bentinck. Fine. So this is the photograph of William Bentinck. Now, sir, what about the law? Who is going to make law? At the central level, Governor General of India and Executive Council, they are both going to make a law in British India. Sir, how many people are in the Executive Council? My dear friend, there are 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sir, who is this 4th number? This 4th number is called by the name of law member. Sir, why this 4th member is a law member? Because this time they are going to make a law. And when they are going to make a law, there is a need to interpret that law. And they also need a support of some person who is having a knowledge of law. So that's why this law member is going to help while making the laws, while making the regulations. Fine. And you have to tell me who was the first law member. It was Lord Macaulay or not. You have to comment in the comment box. Comment box is open for you. Fine. Now next, we have discussed a major change that Governor General of Bengal becomes the Governor General of India. Now you are having doubts, sir, what will happen to the Bombay Presidency and what will happen to the Madras Presidency? Both are removed. Sir, why they are removed? Because in 1813, I told you there is a confusion. Sir, what is the confusion? Confusion on the matters of subjects. Subjects was not clear. On which subjects this presidency governor can make a law or the Bengal governor can make a law. So there was a conflict. Now, just to remove this conflict, what will happen? According to Charter Act 1833, this presidency is removed. Now we are having only one person, that is the Governor General of India. And how Governor General of India is going to make a law? With the help of Executive Council, and they are 4 in numbers. Clear? Another important point. Now, after the Charter Act of 1833, who is going to make a law? Governor General of India plus Executive Council. Now, this law is going to become the act. This is going to become the act only when it was passed by the British Parliament. So British government told, whatever you are doing in India, whatever law you are passing, whatever regulation you are passing, just tell us. In our parliament, we will pass, and once we will pass, it will become an act. Fine. So that the British government will aware what is going to be happen in India. So these are the major changes. Sir, what about the revenue? Previously, I discussed revenue is coming from the political affairs. Revenue is coming from the commercial trade. But the monopoly was ended. So there was no money, company is not getting a money from the commercial trade. So the main source of revenue is only the political trades. So these are the main feature of the Charter Act of 1833. So I discussed in detail, Law Commission was introduced, Governor General of India is going to make a law with the help of Executive Council, and these are going to be passed in the British Parliament. So I think up to here, Charter Act of 1813 is clear, Charter Act of 1833 is clear, and in next video, I am going to talk about the Charter Act of 1853. And after that, company rule is over. You know what happens in 1857 revolt, and after that, I am going to talk about the next act. Fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.